Amber, you guys. You didn't have a wedding ceremony, but you said you were going on a honeymoon.
Hello, Mom. Yes, we are. We are going on our honeymoon.
When is it?
We haven't decided yet. We both have work commitments, so Spencer and I were talking about taking our time to think about it after we've settled down as newlyweds.
So you haven't decided on a specific date yet? I'll be in a bind if you don't decide soon.
What? Why would you be in a bind? What's wrong?
There are things to arrange when you take time off.
I understand.
Let me know when you decide on the date.
Spencer, sorry to bother you at work. Can you talk now?
I just finished work. What's up?
I got a message from your mother asking me to decide on a date for the honeymoon as soon as possible.
Why, Mom?
I don't know, but what do you want to do?
I see. I'll coordinate next month's vacation at work today, so let's talk about it when I get home.
Okay, I'll decide when I can take off next month too, before I leave today. We both confirmed our vacation days, and after talking about it that night, we decided to take a week off the last week of next month. In the meantime, I called my mother-in-law. Sorry for the delay, Mom. We've decided on a date for our honeymoon.
Well, finally! So, when is it?
We decided to go the last week of next month.
The last week of next month? Okay, I'll take a vacation then.
Are you going to do something too?
Depends on where we're going. Have you decided where you're going?
What? Us? Not yet. We're thinking about it now. At any rate, now that we've decided on a date, I thought I'd hurry up to let you know. You seem to be in a hurry, so...
Yes, I have my own plans, so it's natural for me to be impatient. You'll let me know where you're going as soon as you decide. I'll make my plans accordingly. By the way, I'd like to go somewhere cool. I'm not good at making reservations, so you do it, okay? And of course, you guys will pay for it. I can go on a trip for free. That's great. I'm looking forward to the trip.
What did you say? I just want to make sure of one thing.
What is it?
A honeymoon is just going to be the two of us, right?
Of course. Isn't that what a honeymoon is? On the contrary, who would you take? Oh, pets? But neither of us have pets, right?
Right? Oh, thank God. I thought your mother was coming.
My mother? Why?
Actually...
This is suspicious. I have a bad feeling about this.
I wonder if your mother is planning to come after all. I'd like to think that's impossible.
Well, I'll check just to be sure.
Please do.
Mom, she's going to come with us on our trip.
Seriously?
Mom hasn't been on a trip like that since Dad died, so she's really looking forward to it. I guess it would be hard to take her with us, wouldn't it?
Are you kidding me? It's our honeymoon. You said it would be just you and me. It's not like taking a pet.
That's true, but...
We can take her separately on another trip after we come back from our honeymoon. Why does she have to come with us on our honeymoon? It's not like a regular trip, okay?
That's right. Sure. Okay, I'll tell Mom.
I couldn't believe my mother-in-law wanted to come along on our honeymoon. But I was also shocked that my husband asked if he could take my mother-in-law along. Then, I got a message from my mother-in-law.
Amber, it's not very nice to not take me on the trip.
Mom, this is our honeymoon. Please, let me go with my husband alone. Instead, let's go on a family vacation as soon as we get back, okay?
You two just got married. Going on 2 trips is a waste of money.
You're the one who said you wanted to go.
You're going the last week of May, right?
So it's a honeymoon.
What are you? You want to make me an outcast? Wow, what a terrible wife you are.
No, that's not what I meant. It's our honeymoon, so...
You know, you can't treat your parents that way. You're not nice. You really aren't. I'm so disappointed in you. I can't believe you're going to be my daughter, even if it's in-law. If it's going to be like this, I should have put my foot down more firmly.
Excuse me?
After all, your marriage to Spencer was a mistake.
Please don't say that.
You didn't even have a wedding. You didn't greet your relatives. It's an embarrassment for our family to think that someone like you is in it.
What do you mean, embarrassment? We didn't have a wedding, but we made the rounds. You don't have to go that far.
I don't want to hear your excuses. You'll see.
What do you mean?
Look forward to the day of the trip.
Being told something so unreasonable made me really mad. And it was a bit deep and sinister. The next day, I got a message from Spencer's sister, Molly. She's a sensible person and I love her like a real sister. Can you talk right now? Molly, long time no see. What's going on?
Actually, my mom is trying to make some weird plans. I thought I'd better tell you first. It's called a tip-off.
What? What do you mean?
She said she's going on your honeymoon with you, and things happened, didn't they?
Yep.
I'm trying to stop it, and then she said you shut her out, and she started thinking of weird things.
So, what are the weird things?
There's a girl I grew up with in the neighborhood named Jane. She recently got divorced and came back to town. Mom said she's going to take her with her.
Where?
On your honeymoon.
Huh? How? Why? I have no idea what you're talking about.
I really don't understand it either, but I'll tell it like it is. Mom is planning to have Spencer and her get married.
What?
Our mother said that Spencer and Jane will get married because they've known each other since childhood. She says that you aren't suitable as a wife, so she wants Jane to be her daughter-in-law.
But he's married to me now. That's impossible.
So really, I don't even want to imagine what she's thinking. I'll stop her on my end. I just thought I'd let you know.
I see. Thank you. I don't know what that means, but I got another unknown message at night that was strange. I never get messages from strangers, so I guess I didn't turn off the automatic friend setting.
You must be that girl called Amber.
Who are you?
I'm Spencer's fiancé-to-be. I'm better for him than someone like you.
What? Spencer is my husband. I don't know if he's suitable or not, but we're already married.
For now, maybe it's just a matter of time.
What do you mean? What are you talking about? Who are you?
It's a secret. You'll find out sooner or later. By the way, it's a secret until the day of the event, so don't tell anyone that you got a message from me.
Even if you tell me not to tell, if I get a message like this, I'll go straight to the police.
I don't want you to go to the police. I can't tell you because she told me not to tell anyone until the day of the party.
She?
Well, all I can say is that you're still too naive to be so hated by your mother-in-law.
Wait, by she, do you mean my mother-in-law has something to do with this? I see you mean my mother-in-law, right? Did you get my contact from her?
I never said that. I'm just making a general statement.
Huh? So what were you trying to say?
I told you. I'm just saying it's something to look forward to until the day of the event. You really are a hard person to talk to. That's why people don't like you.
It's probably that girl named Jane. She might be a little crazy, sending me a message asking her to keep it a secret. By the looks of the message, it's clear that my mother-in-law was involved, even though she said it was a secret. However, I thought that the fact that she directly contacted me meant she was making a move, so I thought I had to do something. So that's when I came up with an idea. I didn't want to tell my husband and have the information leaked to my mother-in-law, so I thought about it on my own and made preparations. Then, I sent a message to my mother-in-law. Mom, about the trip, I thought of a destination.
Oh, really? And where did you decide?
Washington.
Washington, D.C. I've always wanted to go there. You picked a great place.
You want to go to Washington, D.C.? I never knew that.
I haven't been there yet. I've always wanted to go there.
Then check out the popular tourist spots in Washington, D.C. and choose the places you want to go to, okay? Once you have decided, I'll make some hotel reservations. Try to do it as soon as you can so we can get a good hotel.
Okay, I'll do that.
The next day, I got a message from my mother-in-law. She didn't seem to have the slightest idea that I knew about the girl and told me about all the places she wanted to go to. I made reservations for transportation and accommodations that would allow her to go there. Even though it was for the sake of an operation, I'm so kind, aren't I? Just to be safe, the day before the trip, I called my mother-in-law. About tomorrow, you have a 9 a.m. flight, okay?
Not like you guys.
Ours is at 10.
Why not the same time? Usually, we would fly on the same plane, wouldn't we?
We couldn't get reservations for flights leaving at the same time.
I see. Then I'll go early and have a cup of coffee.
You already got the plane tickets from Spencer, didn't you?
Don't worry. I've heard about the hotel where we'll stay. I've also checked out the nearby sites. I'm going to do a lot of sightseeing.
I'm glad to hear that. Let's have a good time. After saying that, I ended the conversation. The next day, my husband and I boarded a plane and arrived at our destination. While we were having lunch at the destination, my husband started to worry about his mother, so I told him about my plan. At the same time, I received a message from my mother-in-law.
Amber, you haven't arrived yet. I arrived long ago and I'm waiting for you in Washington.
We've arrived.
Really? Where are you?
Pittsburgh International Airport.
Huh? Washington, right?
Pittsburgh.
Why are you in Pittsburgh?
We're on our honeymoon.
You said you were going to Washington, D.C.
I didn't say that. You said you wanted to go to Washington, D.C., didn't you?
Wait a minute. Look, you said Washington, D.C. yourself.
I checked my history too. I didn't say that.
Don't just lie to me.
Take a good look at it. Washington, right?
That's why I said it.
I did say we were going to Washington. In fact, I'm on my way there now. But it's not the Washington you're talking about.
What's the difference? Washington is Washington. There's only one, isn't there?
We're on our way to Washington City, in Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh is my hometown. And because it's Washington City, there's no D.C.
So why did you lie to me about going to Washington when you were really going to Pittsburgh? Did you trick me?
You probably misunderstood, but Washington City is in Pittsburgh.
What? Anyone would assume it's Washington, D.C. That's common sense.
I'm sorry, but I never said Washington, D.C. I just said Washington. You said you wanted to go to Washington, D.C., so I made a reservation for you there.
What's with that? You should have told me. Why were you being so deceptive? You're really mean, aren't you?
Whether I told you or not, you're the one that said you wanted to go to Washington, D.C. I, the daughter-in-law, have no place to tell you differently. Because if I pointed out your mistake, it would embarrass you. So I booked airline tickets to Ronald Reagan Airport. And I made hotel reservations. What's the problem?
I wanted to go with you both.
I was thinking about it too, but you were really pushing for Washington, D.C. We had just recently been to Washington, D.C., so we decided to go to Washington City in Pittsburgh.
You should come to Washington, D.C. now.
That's impossible. We're in Pittsburgh.
Just come.
Why? Is there something you need us to do for you?
I'll explain when you get here. Quickly.
I don't want to.
You're really pissing me off. I don't need a daughter-in-law like you. You'll see. I'll kick you out of my family. There's someone better for Spencer.
I see. I'm sorry to hear that. Then, Jane, is it? She doesn't make you upset. So it's great you were able to go with her, right?
How do you know about her?
I think I know everything. Her parents are also there. And it looks like you were planning to have some type of marriage meeting, right?
Not really. I have no idea what you're talking about.
By the way, I got a message from someone named Jane the other day.
What? What's she doing sending you a message?
But that's not the point. Are you going to be okay? You paid for today's trip and accommodations, didn't you?
That's right. So come right away. I didn't bring any money because I thought you guys would pay for it.
See? I knew it. Isn't Jane's family there? If you don't have enough money, you'll have to ask everyone else to pay for it. How about kneeling down and begging them?
Oh, you're trying to set me up like that again. That's enough. I'll contact Spencer directly.
Go ahead.
Hey, Spencer, I can't get a message read, and you're not answering your phone. Can you tell him to call me back?
More importantly, Spencer has a message for you. This is such a joke. Enough of this bullshit. Don't ever contact me again. As for the money, he said to take care of it yourself. He abandoned you, didn't he?
No way.
And one more thing, this is for Jane. I don't know if you're acting like I'm your fiancé, but I don't know you. Could you tell her not to bother my family anymore?
There's no way I can say that. I told her I was going to arrange the marriage and invited her family too.
That's something you did on your own. Well, that's fine. I'm being nice. Well then, we'll contact Jane's parents from our side. So we are both in different places, but let's enjoy this week. See you later.
Wait a minute. What do you mean by making fun of your mother-in-law? Are you listening to me? Okay, I'll accept you as my daughter-in-law, so transfer some money into my account.
The magic of words. I explained to my husband and looked at the message exchange with my mother-in-law. I knew, without a doubt, that my mother-in-law was saying Washington, D.C. He told me after we got back, if she complained, he would take my side. I almost wanted to tell him that we should have properly refused in the first place before any of this happened. But I didn't say anything because I didn't want to ruin our honeymoon. We then enjoyed our trip. We were really happy to have a trip that we could fully enjoy together as a couple, with no one in the way. My mother-in-law, on the other hand, seemed to be plotting with Jane on how to steal my husband. But she lied to Jane's parents that Spencer's marriage didn't work out and we broke up. So she asked them to go on a trip with her family for a meeting. Naturally, that lie didn't go well, and Jane's family got mad and left immediately. Jane's parents paid for the trip. Later, they asked for compensation for the cost of the trip. If only she hadn't said she wanted to come on our honeymoon with us, I would have planned a fun trip for her to enjoy. I laughed to myself about the fact that it was her fault for making such an unreasonable request.
Lisa, you've entered our side of the house again without permission, haven't you? Sure, it is a shared house, but there are 2 areas for 2 families, and we have promised each other privacy, haven't we? You are not allowed to go back and forth between the 2 areas at any time you want. And will you please return the dress you took from my room? Your dress? I didn't do anything with it. Anyway, it's not right for a wife to wear such a gorgeous wine red dress with fancy embroidery. A married woman should dress more modestly and neatly. Lisa, I haven't told you what kind of dress is missing. As you know, I work in the apparel industry and have a lot of clothes. I have dozens of dresses. But you accurately described that particular missing dress. It's like you're confessing that you took it. I think that's just a coincidence. Oh, wow. You have superpower or something? I should ask a mystery magazine for an interview. I have some friends in that area, and you like to stand out, don't you? Okay. I'll just give it back later. Thank you very much. It'll be great if you return it today. Today? Yes? I was going to wear it tomorrow to see a play with my friends. I didn't lend it to you to wear, and it doesn't fit in the first place. Well, I'm starting to doubt your words. Will you return it right now? All right. You're really a cocky woman. Emma, lately I've been thinking. You need to quit your job. What? What are you talking about? I was surprised when I opened my phone during my lunch break. I have given a lot of thought about why you, a housewife, are so cocky. And I came to a conclusion. It is because you work in the apparel industry where people wear flashy clothes. A housewife should be dressed in a sweatshirt, jeans, and an apron. Aren't you a housewife too, Lisa? You have a lot of gorgeous clothes. It's fine with me, because my 2 boys, Mike and Chris, they both have good taste in clothes and actually work in the apparel industry. It would be a disservice to them and the world if I, their mother, were not a fashion-conscious and attractive woman. See? That's why it's fine with me. So, you think their wives do not need to care about fashion? Yes, especially you. No need to dress fancy while training as a wife. Huh? Training as a wife? I'm going to train you to be a decent wife for our family. You are to sleep in our side of the house from tonight. Oh, in addition to that, submit your resignation to the company before you come home. Nonsense. Huh? I have to go to a client after lunch, so goodbye for now. How rude! Do you think you can talk like that to your mother-in-law? I plan to start your training tomorrow, but I've changed my mind. It starts today, so be prepared when you come home. Emma, I thought you didn't come home last night, but I saw your car. You must have come home very late, sneaking around and hiding to escape training. You're really pathetic. I'm coming over there right now. I told you yesterday that I was going to start training, Emma. Still, you have such nerves sleeping in as if it were a holiday. I was right to bring a bucket of water just in case. Splashing you in bed should have been enough of a lesson this time of year. Now that the bed is soaked, you can't go back to sleep. Oh, I know. I'll do this every morning. It's a perfect way to start a day of wife training. Don't you think so, Emma? Right, it's settled. I'll pour a bucket of water over your head to wake you up every morning. Huh? Lisa? All right now, get up and come to the kitchen on our side of the house. I didn't make it home last night because I was on a business trip. Huh? After yesterday's lying, I flew to a branch office in New York. So I'm at a hotel in New York right now. New York? On a business trip? Didn't I tell you? What are you talking about, Emma? Your car is in the garage. I didn't use it yesterday, so it must have been sitting there all day. Huh? But you always sleep on the waterbed in the room next to the living room, don't you? I thought you were there a while ago. Maybe that's Chris, isn't it? Huh? Chris? Both Mike and Chris are off today. Chris called me last night and said that he's coming to play a game with Mike and would stay the night. Huh? Also, he asked me if he could sleep on the waterbed. I said okay, no problem, since I'll be away from home. Huh? Then who did I pour water on? I strongly suggest that you go and find out immediately who you poured a bucket of water on. Oh no, it can't be! Emma, I can't believe you haven't come home yet when the family is going through such a hard time. You are the one causing trouble for Chris. Will you please stop blaming others when it's your fault? If you had quit your job and done the wife training, I would have been the one soaked with a bucket of water this morning. Is that what you think? That's right. That's what was supposed to happen. It was a wife training. You were supposed to take that. But you escaped and... Chris apologized to me over the phone. Huh? He said he's leaving the company because of that. What? What do you mean? How did accidentally pouring water on Chris lead to his resignation? Well, I guess it's just too uncomfortable to think that his own mother is abusing the CEO of his company. What? The CEO? If I were in his shoes, I would feel the same way. I don't understand, Emma. The CEO of the company? Who are you talking about? Well, I guess it's time to reveal it. I didn't tell you because Mike and Chris wanted me not to. Tell me what? I'm the CEO of the apparel company that Mike and Chris work for. What? Why did you keep such an important thing from me? Mike and Chris were worried that you might abuse me if you found out that your sons were working for your daughter-in-law who should be lower than them. So they suggested before the wedding that we wait and see for a while. But after all, without even knowing that, you forced me your ridiculous wife training and poured a bucket of water on me. Chris was very shocked to learn of his mother's foolish act. He felt so sorry about it for me and decided to leave the company. Oh no, he shouldn't! Of course, Chris is an excellent worker. So I convinced him to stay, saying it would be a big blow to the company if we lose him. Oh, did you? You did a good job! But he didn't think it was okay. It's so Chris, honest and sincere. Huh? Mike feels the same way. What do you mean by that? They are coming to your place tonight and share their thought with you and your husband, Jack. Then you will know what your sons are thinking. What? What is it all about? Well, I'll stay in New York tonight. Bye for now, Lisa. Emma! Please stop them! Oh, it's about what you discussed last night, isn't it? Chris says he's leaving home and marrying his girlfriend to avoid me bullying his future wife. And Mike says he will stop living together at the end of this month. Naturally, that's the way it will be. On top of that, Jack says he's divorcing me. Yes, I've already heard about it. His decision surprised me too, but I wouldn't blame him. Why? Don't you understand? I don't understand. We've always been a happy family. Is that really so? Huh? I can't say much because I only know what I heard from Mike and Chris. But Lisa, have you ever wondered if you have done your part properly as a mother and a wife in your family? I've been always perfect. Well, seems like you didn't learn anything. What? Well, I think you wouldn't listen to me anymore, so I'll shut up. What? What is that? Who do you think you are? Answer me, Emma! I'm not gonna tell you because I think it's best for you to figure it out for yourself. What? I won't go to your place anymore because our living together will end soon. Wait a minute! I'll forgive and forget and let you free from the wife training. So just convince them to change their minds. I'll even try to get along with you from now on. We should keep living together. I think that's your problem, isn't it? What? I know it's a little early to say this, but thank you very much for everything. Emma, wait! Goodbye. After that, we put an end to sharing house without ever speaking to each other. According to Mike, Lisa is a bad example of a woman in a wealthy family who has been spoiled to become a terrible person. That's what he said. I couldn't help but feel sorry for him, thinking how difficult it must have been to have such a mother. A few weeks later, Lisa and Jack divorced. Lisa went back to her parents' house in the countryside, where people are old-fashioned and not very kind to an elderly woman returning from a divorce. Currently, she leads a very reserved life, being treated like trash by her brother, the head of the house, and his family. Chris married shortly after his parents divorced. Lisa learned of this after the wedding. Now, she's always crying in the corner of her room every day, making it even more annoying for those around her.
Nate, where did you go? You disappeared after getting out of the bath. Did you go out? Hey, Nate.
What?
Where did you go in the middle of the night? I'm scared that something might happen to you. Please, come back quickly.
Something like what? Getting stabbed by a psycho?
Huh? What did you just say? Our son Josh lost his life to a robber's attack, and you can make jokes like that? It's been just 3 days since we lost him.
Whatever. Shut up.
What's with that attitude?
Doesn't our son crossing over bring a sense of closure for you as well?
What do you mean?
In simpler terms, our relationship ends as of today. Marina is really down, so I've decided to protect her with all my might. Josh's funeral is over and I'm going to marry our son's widow.
Are you cheating on me? That means you did that to Josh? You did it intentionally to be with her?
No way. Did you see her crying at the funeral? Do you think that was acting?
If so, she should become an actress.
Right? Besides, I always go straight home after work. I don't have time for an affair.
I guess.
They've been married for 2 years and I've harbored feelings for her.
Even so, they didn't visit our house frequently and we didn't have many meetings. Wait a minute, did you secretly meet with her behind my back, did you?
What's wrong with a father visiting his son's house? Josh went to the other side and I saw an opportunity to make a move.
Are you serious?
She genuinely loved Josh.
That's why I think his father, who has similar face with Josh, can start a new life with her.
Is Marina saying the same thing?
At first, she flatly rejected me. No matter how much resemblance there is, she said she couldn't.
Of course, a normal person would respond that way. I'm relieved that Marina is not as foolish as you are.
I couldn't give up, so I continued expressing my feelings over the phone for these 3 days. I told her that I was dumping the woman in her 50s and committing myself entirely to Marina.
If you're uttering such words, you're the older one. And to a 25-year-old like her, you're an old man either way. Marina would never agree to be with you. It's pathetic to have such delusions at 50, so stop it.
Well. She said we could be together if you agreed to the divorce.
No way.
Marina accepted my love. Age doesn't matter. We love each other. No one can stop us.
She's your son's wife. Don't you feel sorry for Josh?
I don't care about a fool who got stabbed by a robber and died.
Josh saved a child. Don't say such things. He protected customers as a bank employee. It's an honorable thing.
I always hated his hypocritical attitude.
What?
He's been an honor student ever since.
Weren't you always bragging about him being such a hardworking and outstanding son?
I lied because I didn't want to be embarrassed about being jealous of our son.
So deep down you've always been jealous?
Even when he got a job at a famous bank or when he married a beautiful high-income wife, I can't even express how badly I wanted to punch him.
He was the world's most kind and just son. Seriously, do you even realize how embarrassing and insane you sound right now? Nobody has the right to insult my son, especially now that he's gone.
I always hated that about him. I'm glad he's gone now.
How could you say that?
Well, we will forget about that idiot and get on with our lives.
Fine, do whatever you want.
Good. Fill up the divorce papers now. I'll pick them up while you're at work.
So you are not coming back?
I left with that intention. I can't live with an old lady who doesn't understand obvious things like that. I'm going to live at my friend's house until you leave.
Friend's house? Do you mean Marina's house?
What?
After all, aren't you two already in an intimate relationship? Josh passed away 3 days ago. Talking about divorce is too sudden.
Definitely not. Marina won't even let me in her house. She says not until I break up with you.
Really?
I'm serious. That's why I want to leave you as soon as possible.
But we have to talk about a lot of stuff, like property divisions. And there's one more thing I want to tell you about Marina.
What? You're bad-mouthing her? That's not going to sway my feelings. I don't want to hear anything from a loser old lady, so...
No, Josh asked me for advice a while ago.
Josh was backstabbing her with you, huh?
Why would he do that? Listen to me.
I won't talk to trash that conspired with my foolish son to bully her. I hope you disappear now. So long, old hag, and watch your step at night.
Just yesterday we were talking about living as long as our son. I can't believe that all those words were a lie. If our son, who was an earnest and capable banker, sees the situation now, I wonder what he will feel. I have no intention of staying with my husband now that he talked to me like that. But even if we divorce, there is one thing about Marina that bothers me. Just as I was about to discuss this with my husband, he did an unforgivable thing.
What's the deal with you? I put the divorce papers in the mailbox, but you haven't filed them yet? It's been 3 days already.
It's only been 3 days. I have a lot of preparations to make.
It felt like an eternity to me, and I couldn't take it anymore, so I had to take decisive action.
What do you mean?
Starting today, Marina and I will be living in our house.
Don't be selfish.
You are so dumb. It's too late for you to say anything now. I got home just in time to see you head to work. I've already sorted things out.
You're joking, right?
I've already made arrangements for the construction. I'm going to knock down your room and Josh's room to make a bigger space. Marina and I will have our own bedroom.
That's impossible. What happened to our personal belongings?
Don't worry, I sent them to your parents' house.
Josh's belongings too?
Oh, I got rid of those. It was garbage day, so...
What?
His old bags, stationery, and photo albums might not be worth anything if I saw them.
They were all cherished mementos.
Which means garbage.
They're irreplaceable memories. I can't believe it.
Take that crap.
What about the urns? I'll take care of it if you don't. Don't tell me you threw that away too.
I told you I threw everything away. I packed them in garbage bags and took them out.
Are you serious? No way. Go get them back.
I took them hours ago. They're already gone.
Oh no. Are you sure there's nothing left?
There's not a damn thing. I already changed the locks on the front door, so if you come looking for them, you can't get in. I've also informed the construction workers to turn you away if you come looking for me. I told them you're a stalker who's jealous of me and Marina. They might call the police.
You're a rotten person, no matter how far you go.
If that's how you feel, go ahead and submit the divorce papers.
I'll do it without being told. Now, I want to be a stranger as soon as possible, even if it's just for a moment.
Great.
My share of the property is the house to you. If you've already made arrangements for construction, I don't have a choice. Can we agree that I get the savings instead?
Sure. Go take it if I get to be husband and wife with Marina as soon as possible. Take it as you will. I'm rather sorry that's all you get. I'll always have my darling Marina, though. You're going to spend your old age as a divorced woman without a son. I'm sorry you don't have a son.
I'll give you one last piece of advice, having been a married couple for over 25 years.
What?
Be careful with the poison.
Are you trying to bury us in hatred or something?
I'm not going to do anything. I'm talking about your new wife.
Of all things to say, you're such a pathetic woman trying to blame Marina just out of spite.
Say whatever you want. I tried to give you some advice, but I don't want to explain myself any further to someone who doesn't want to listen to me.
I don't listen to advice from a loser. Get the hell out of here. Don't contact me again. Help!
No, I won't.
I haven't even told you why I'm here, so why the immediate response?
I'm not so soft-hearted as to help someone who treated me so badly.
Don't hold a grudge. You're the only one I can count on. We've been a married couple for over 25 years. Help me.
I see. You're in a tight spot, huh? I listen to you if you have something interesting to say.
It's not an interesting story. The truth is, once Marina and I got married, she turned into a control freak.
She lost her husband like that. I'm sure she has anxiety.
No, it's not like that. She checks in on me every 3 minutes to see what I'm doing. She sets meals and bedtimes. She even controls my bathroom schedule.
What about work?
She asked me to quit because she's the one earning, and she wants me to greet her with a smile every day.
You've always complained about not wanting to work and how hard it is to work. Good for you.
There's no way that's good. If I break my schedule even a little bit, I get slapped.
Ouch, she's so strict.
I can tolerate it if there's something good thing, but that woman has nothing but bad things, especially her cooking. It's disgusting.
How dare you criticize your own wife's cooking?
She can only make burnt bread or something messy like dog food.
Maybe she thinks you're a dog.
No way! The food is messing with my health. I keep going between diarrhea and constipation and I can't sleep.
You are just overthinking.
Seriously, the food is like poison.
Why not just avoid eating it then?
Then she will start slapping me if I don't eat it.
Well, she doesn't seem like the type of person who would do that.
Remember how you warned me about poison before we split?
Surprisingly, you remember that.
If you know anything about it, tell me now.
Josh was telling me a similar story to yours.
What do you mean?
She has kept asking him to quit his job. He always doesn't feel good and the food tastes awful. She slaps him if he eats out, and he is thinking about getting a divorce.
That's exactly what I'm going through. This is all new to me. Her behavior was different when I visited their place.
Marina was probably acting at that time. Josh told me about it secretly. When I heard that, I got a PI to look into it. Apparently she's quite dependent and has some crazy mental issues.
What on earth is going on?
She wants to dedicate herself wholeheartedly to the person she's locked onto in exchange for having everything go her way. She wants to keep them in a cage.
So, in a way, I'm in a cage?
Absolutely. It's like your personal doghouse. Right when I was trying to rescue Josh from that kind of woman, tragically, he got stabbed and passed away.
Why didn't you say anything to me? You should help me too.
You ignored what I was saying.
I misunderstood. I thought you were being mean to her. It would have helped if you were patient and sought a proper discussion. I'm blaming you for this.
Can you quit blaming me for it?
I can't stay here forever.
Why don't you just run away?
She works from home all the time. I don't have any chance to escape. She even made the bedroom bigger so she could see the whole room at a glance. It was to keep an eye on me.
Even Marina has to go to the bathroom or take a bath, right?
I tried several times, but it didn't work.
Why not?
She's watching me 24 hours a day with a GPS on her phone. Even if I leave the house, I'm always caught somewhere.
Why don't you just leave your phone?
I should run away completely alone? I can't stand being lonely like that.
Are you stupid? You should at least put up with that.
Do you have any idea the fear that she might catch me in a situation where I can't contact anyone?
Then why don't you call the police and get help?
I can't. The phone is probably tapped too.
How do you know?
She is good at that kind of thing. I've implied before that I'd call the cops because I really couldn't take it anymore. She slapped me back and forth 5 times, and then she threatened me with what would happen if I reported her.
If you can get online, there are other ways, like asking for help on social media or contacting the police website.
I can't do anything except the messaging apps. My phone has restrictions.
Why would a grown man like you have restrictions? Did you just give her your phone and let her set it up?
She got us matching phones when we got married. She insisted on doing all the settings for me.
Jesus, I'm sure she found it easy to control you.
Don't make fun of me. All my contacts were erased except you, so I'm under siege.
I'm sorry to hear that.
You're the only one I can count on now. Help me out. You're the one with the evidence when you investigated her. Use that evidence for me and report her.
I don't want to.
Why not? We used to be together for 25 years, and your ex-husband is suffering like this.
It's not enough.
What?
I hope you suffer even more for throwing away Josh's urn and taunting him.
You're still mad at me about that?
Of course. I'm not going to forgive you for the rest of my life.
If you help me, I'll go to the garbage disposal and bring you the urn. Then you will forgive me?
Are you stupid? Do you think I will forgive you like that? Why don't you burn as garbage just like Josh's belongings? Then I'll forgive you.
Because there's nothing else you can do now. It's already burned.
It's still here.
What?
After you said you threw them, I rushed to the landfill. The staff noticed it and it was kept safely.
What the heck? Then why are you so mad at me?
The urn was safe, but the rest was burned. My memories of Josh are now gone. And how can you have that kind of attitude?
I will apologize and do whatever you ask if you help me.
It's different if you will apologize to me just because I asked you to.
How on earth can you help me then? You already investigated Marina. The only thing you have to do is report it to the police.
There's nothing I could do, and you should realize that by now, you worthless piece of trash.
What?
Why do you think Marina kept my contact information on your phone?
Did she overlook erasing it or something?
No, she knows that I won't help you.
What are you implying?
After our divorce, I encountered her and had a conversation. Well, I have to talk to her about alimony, you know.
You talked to her?
Marina pledged to provide $10,000 in alimony and offered a sincere apology. So I've chosen to forgive her.
When did this happen? I didn't know anything about it.
At that point, I gave her some advice.
What advice?
My ex-husband is the type to wander around aimlessly. It's better to keep a close eye on him.
No way.
Oh, I probably told her about your phone addiction, suggesting it would be simpler to monitor you using GPS.
You told her that?
I also suggested to her about restriction settings on the phone.
So it was all your plan?
I didn't expect that she would tap on you, you know. It was her own psychotic decision. Other than that, I suggested everything. Feeling hopeless now?
Oh my god. How could you do this to me? Are you happy that I'm suffering now?
Of course. Since Josh passed away, I might be smiling for the first time. She left my contact info for this moment.
Enough already. If I continue living like this, I won't last 6 months, and I'll end up in the afterlife. Josh wouldn't have wanted this, right?
You, who threw away Josh's urn and belongings, don't dare to utter Josh's name. You're going to fall under her poisonous fangs. You should apologize to Josh with your life.
No, I don't want to die.
Oops, I was wrong. Josh is in heaven, while you're destined for hell. I guess you won't meet him in the afterlife.
No!
After that, it seems Nate endured a life of bondage for a while. He finally made up his mind, left his phone at home, and ran away. However, it appears a GPS was sewn into the collar of his clothes. He was captured by Marina. Only God knows what happened next. The other day, I heard that the girl our son saved has entered junior high school. She, her parents, and some bank executives expressed their gratitude for our son. Once again, I was genuinely relieved that I was able to retrieve the urn. Keeping our son's sense of justice in mind, I want to continue living my life in good spirits.
Dad, I'm not coming home today.
What? Where are you right now? It's already late, and you still haven't come back. And you were ignoring my calls and messages. I was really worried, you know.
Nothing but lies.
Huh?
Just leave me alone. You don't care about me at all.
What are you talking about? I understand it's a shock that Mom suddenly passed away. I still can't accept the reality too, you know. But I have you, Gretchen. From now on, I want the two of us, as a family, to support each other and live together.
Family? Don't make me laugh.
What?
We aren't actually related. I know everything now.
What? How did you know that?
We're strangers. We are not connected by blood. I don't want you acting all high and mighty like a father.
Who told you that story?
Mom's sister, Aunt Marie.
Marie. So, are you with Aunt Marie right now?
Yes, I am. After Mom's funeral, Aunt Marie said she has something important to tell me. She told me that I was your stepchild.
What a presumptuous thing to do.
What? The one being presumptuous is you, isn't it? Keeping something so important a secret all this time? I'm already in high school, you know. Mom married you when I was 2 years old, right? You were pretending to be my father for over 15 years. It's truly infuriating.
I truly regret not telling you the truth. But please believe this, Gretchen. I have genuinely raised you, considering you as my real daughter. I want us to continue living as a father and daughter. You are the only precious family to me.
Gross! Is that what a middle-aged geezer says?
What's that supposed to mean? You shouldn't talk like that to your father, seriously. Are you saying you're going through a rebellious phase right now?
God, I told you! You are not my real father! Anyway, I don't plan on coming home for a while. Why don't you look for a new wife?
What are you saying? It's insensitive, especially right after your mom passed away. Besides, I will never remarry. Mom will always be my only wife.
Oh, really? You can say that for now. Anyway, men always like younger women. You will forget about Mom and remarry. That's for sure.
You're still in high school and talking back like this? Anyway, where are you? Can you tell me? Don't tell me you plan to stay at Aunt Marie's house.
Yes, I am.
No, you can't do that. Come back home.
Why? Aunt Marie is older than Mom, but she's youthful and beautiful. She has a cool style and is really easy to talk to. It's fun to be around her, you know.
I'm just worried, that's all. I know you were not that close with her before. The last time you met Marie was probably when you were in elementary school.
So what? Aunt Marie approached me at Mom's funeral and we became friends. Besides, it's a relative's house, so there's nothing to worry about.
Sorry, but I can't trust someone who talks about important things without my consent.
Aunt Marie is not a bad person. Aunt Marie knew that I was already in high school, so she thought I already knew about it. When I finally heard it from her, I was surprised. She thought I had known for a long time, so it's all your fault.
All right, then I'll contact her. I'll ask her to send you back home.
Huh? Don't do anything unnecessary. I'd rather be with Aunt Marie, who has at least some blood connection than with a complete stranger like you. Aunt Marie doesn't have children, and she's happy that I'm with her. I also want to become Aunt Marie's daughter.
I see. In that case, just for a little while, okay? If you stay too long, it might be a bother for your aunt too.
How long I stay is something I'll decide. I'm not a child anymore, so I don't want you telling me what to do. Well then, thank you for everything until now.
Hey, don't talk like you're really leaving the house. Make sure you come back, okay?
You're so persistent.
I will come to pick you up eventually.
Don't come! Even if you come to pick me up, I won't come back.
When my wife and I got married, my wife had a 2-year-old daughter named Gretchen. My wife's previous husband cheated on her while she was pregnant, and they divorced before Gretchen was born. After that, my wife met me and we got married. Gretchen quickly grew attached to me, calling me dad and sticking close. Probably because she hadn't yet grasped things fully, she likely believed I was her real father. I had always intended to tell Gretchen the truth eventually, but before I realized it, she had entered a difficult age, and it seemed challenging to find the right moment to talk calmly. Moreover, my wife fell ill and was hospitalized, and I became fully occupied caring for her. That's why I missed the right time to tell the truth. In the midst of this, my wife's condition suddenly worsened. She passed away suddenly, and Gretchen learned from Marie, my wife's sister, that I wasn't her biological father. I was upset, but, as Gretchen pointed out, I was at fault for keeping it a secret for so long. Gretchen, who seemed to have become close to Marie, suddenly left home and declared that she would stay at Marie's house. Honestly, I didn't get along well with Marie. Unlike my quiet and modest wife, Marie was flashy and loud. She also had a bad reputation among her relatives. Although she didn't disclose her job details, judging by her outfit and makeup, it's evident that she works in the nightlife industry. Of course, I didn't intend to judge people based on their profession. However, I couldn't bring myself to trust Marie, especially with the way she awkwardly approached my daughter. I couldn't shake off a bad feeling about the situation.
Dad, can't we live together anymore?
Huh? What are you talking about?
Please, don't abandon me.
Huh? What are you talking about?
Dad, you're not my real father, right?
Yeah, I feel bad for keeping it a secret all this time. But I've never said anything about abandoning you, right? Besides, you're the one saying you won't come home, and I'm very worried.
Because I'm not your real daughter. I'll just be in the way after Mom is gone, right? But can't I stay with you at least until I graduate from high school?
I've been having trouble understanding what you are saying. What's going on?
I heard it from Aunt Marie. Dad is planning to remarry a younger woman, and sooner or later, you will kick me out of the house.
What?
I mean, having a non-biological daughter around would be inconvenient for their newlywed life, right? But I promise, I won't be a bother to Dad and the new wife. I'll behave, so please let me stay at home a little longer.
What have you been saying all this time? I have no intention of remarrying. I want to continue living with you, just the two of us. If anything, it seems like you were the one trying to abandon me.
Huh? I'm abandoning you?
Yeah. You left home without telling me, and you've been blaming me. Did you forget that?
What?
Hey, it's only been 2 days, and you've already forgotten?
But I haven't messaged you for a while now.
No, that can't be right. I'm staying at Aunt Marie's place, so I won't come home. Thank you for everything. That's what you said to me. Suddenly, you treated me coldly, and it hurt me so bad, you know.
Hold on. There's no way I'd send such messages. I haven't seen Aunt Marie in a while, and, to be honest, I'm not very fond of her. I wouldn't voluntarily go to Aunt Marie's house like that.
But I have the history of our conversation.
What? There's no history on my phone.
Something doesn't add up. I'll send you screenshots of our conversation.
I don't remember sending such messages.
Are you sure you didn't send them?
Obviously not. I don't talk like that. I would never talk to Dad like this.
I see. That's how it is. I understand now.
What?
The culprit can only be Marie. Marie pretended to be you and sent me those messages.
That makes sense.
Gretchen, delete the screenshots that I sent you right away. We don't want Marie to find them.
Got it. I've deleted them now.
Anyway, why did you go to Marie's house?
Aunt Marie wanted me to come. She said she's single and has no children. In that situation, with her own sister passing away, she felt lonely and she wanted me to be her daughter.
What?
Of course, I refused, but Aunt Marie said returning to Dad's house would be pointless. Your dad is planning to remarry and abandon you. Aunt Marie will protect you. That's what she said to me.
I see.
When she said that, I became anxious, so I decided to go with Aunt Marie. But if I stay at Aunt Marie's house like this, I feel like I'll never be able to see you again. That's why I messaged you.
Don't worry about it. Dad will come to pick you up. Are you alone right now?
Aunt Marie is at home, but she's sleeping. She works at night, so she usually wakes up in the afternoon.
Understood. Then I will head over there now. Make sure Marie doesn't find out, okay?
Am I leaving without telling Aunt Marie?
Ideally, I'd like to discuss and bring you back home. But it seems she's not someone I can reason with. Let's ensure your safety first. We'll contact Aunt Marie afterward.
Got it. I'll get ready and wait.
How dare you take away my Gretchen? I'll report the kidnapping to the police.
Good morning, Marie. You're up quite early today, aren't you?
Don't make fun of me. I woke up because I heard the sound of a car engine outside, and when I looked out the window, I saw your car driving away. As expected, Gretchen is nowhere to be found inside the house. You are a kidnapper. Return Gretchen right now.
Who's the kidnapper? You told an outrageous lie about me remarrying, and then forcibly took Gretchen home, didn't you? Why did you think of making Gretchen your daughter?
Because she's the child of my sister. You and Gretchen aren't blood related. But since my sister, who was her mother, passed away, it's only natural for me, her older sister, to take care of Gretchen.
Even if there's no blood relation, I am Gretchen's father.
Huh? That's just your wishful thinking, isn't it? I am the real family for Gretchen. You're just an outsider, an old man.
Respectfully, Marie, Gretchen and I have legal guardianship through adoption, so I have parental rights.
Adoption? When did that happen?
Right after I married my wife.
But if Gretchen doesn't acknowledge you as her father, then the legal procedures are meaningless. I'll definitely report this. I feel bad about Gretchen that she is living with a stranger.
It won't help. Gretchen expressed her desire to live with me willingly. More importantly, sending messages pretending to be Gretchen, you pulled quite a prank.
What are you talking about?
Don't play dumb. Even if you deleted the history on Gretchen's phone, it remains on my phone.
Ah, that thing. You got completely fooled, didn't you?
The tone was quite audacious, and I did feel something was off, but I never thought someone was impersonating her.
See? You really are disqualified as a father. You couldn't even see through the fact that it wasn't your daughter. You and Gretchen are just legally recognized as parent and child. But I am more suitable as her parent.
Yeah, you totally followed me, and I regret all my actions. However, Marie, do you understand what you've done?
Huh?
You unlocked Gretchen's phone without permission and logged into her messaging app. That's a criminal act, you know.
Jeez, I don't understand complicated things like crimes. Gretchen even entered her phone's password in front of me. So it's like she was telling me, please unlock my phone, you know?
So that's how you did it. What kind of nerve do you have?
Anyway, the fact remains that you and Gretchen are not biologically related. You can't change that. Perhaps you hid it because you didn't want to be disliked by Gretchen. But I exposed it. You're welcome.
I won't forgive you.
What?
You told everything to Gretchen without my permission, even though I am her legal guardian. Gretchen was crying, saying she wanted me to tell her.
That's your fault, not mine. You didn't tell her the truth even when she became a high school student. And perhaps you intended to keep it a secret for life? You were afraid that she would distance herself from you after learning the truth. You really are a coward.
I did plan to talk about it properly, but my wife fell seriously ill, and I missed the right moment to do so.
Oh, really? That just sounds like an excuse to me. By the way, are you really not planning to remarry?
What?
Aren't you secretly happy about my sister's death?
What?
Look, unlike me, my sister lacks charm and, to be frank, isn't attractive. She's such a dull woman that you wouldn't think we're sisters. When she married you, I just couldn't believe it. I understand that you regretted marrying her. But now that my sister's gone, you can find a better woman, right? You were bawling at the funeral, but that was just an act, right?
Unbelievable. Insulting even my wife. Do you have some grudge against me or my wife, Marie? You're forcibly trying to take away our daughter too. What is your real motive?
I'm just saying I will take care of Gretchen. Without Gretchen, you can enjoy your single life freely. I can live with Gretchen as if she were my own. It's mutually beneficial, isn't it?
This is something I heard from my wife before. Marie, I heard you have a divorce in your history.
Why are you bringing this up all of a sudden?
Just confirming the facts.
Yes, that's right. I'm divorced. But what's the big deal? Even my sister's divorced. So having a divorce history is no big deal.
The cause of the divorce was your infidelity.
What?
Moreover, the person you cheated with was also married, and they demanded a hefty amount of compensation, right?
Oh my God, she told you that? I can't believe she revealed unnecessary details.
You are not denying it? I guess it's true, huh?
You were so annoying. Well, what can you do? If there's a better man than my husband, of course I'd want him. It just so happened that the man I liked was married. I apologized and promised compensation. There's no need to bring it up now.
So, have you finished paying the compensation? To your ex-husband and the wife of the person you cheated with? Have you paid the full compensation?
Paying it all at once is obviously impossible.
I've heard that even the installment payments are lagging.
Well, if it's too much even in installments, it's just impossible to pay for everything by myself.
If you restrain your spending, you might manage in installments though. Even at the funeral of my wife, you attended wearing flashy accessories not suitable for a funeral. If you stop such unnecessary spending, wouldn't that be a solution?
Shut your mouth! That's why I need Gretchen.
You tried to make Gretchen earn money for you?
Yes! Once she graduates high school, I plan to make her work at a nightclub, like me, so that she can help me financially.
What a horrible aunt. Using your niece to cover for your infidelity is just... Never come near my daughter again.
But Gretchen can earn her own money. Isn't that good? I'll take good care of Gretchen, so please, let me have her.
You don't truly care about Gretchen. Gretchen is studying hard to go to college, and yet you're trying to make her work at a nightclub?
Oh, fine. I get it. I'll give up on Gretchen. It's frustrating, but I'll give her to you, even though you're not blood related.
Giving her to me? Gretchen was never yours to give.
Instead, how about you give me more of my sister's inheritance?
Inheritance?
Yes. I'm her real sister, so I have a right to her inheritance, don't I? My sister saved that money for Gretchen's future with her hard-earned savings. If you won't give Gretchen, hand over my sister's savings to me.
That's impossible.
What do you mean?
Since I am the spouse of the wife and Gretchen is a child, you have no inheritance rights.
What are you saying? Fine. Then you, who inherited, lend me some money.
I don't have money to lend you.
You're lying. You worked for a big company. You must have received a hefty salary.
I quit my job at the company just recently.
What?
Since I married my wife, we had planned to open a cafe together someday. Unfortunately, my wife passed away, but to fulfill our dream, I decided to open the cafe alone. So actually, I only have debts.
Are you stupid? Quit the cafe already and lend me money.
Why do I have to go that far for you? The reason why you are having trouble with your payment is all because of you. Can't you stop relying on me, an outsider? Who do you think you are?
Actually, I'm in a really tough spot right now. I'm currently dating a guy, but he's married, and his wife found out about the affair, and now she's demanding compensation from me again. The compensation from the previous affair hasn't been fully paid off yet. What should I do?
You never learn, do you? Despite getting burned last time, you haven't learned anything.
It can't be helped. It's just that the person I fell for happened to be married.
While that reasoning might justify the affair, the world doesn't work that way. No matter how much you plead, I don't have money to lend. Please, figure it out on your own.
Come on! Do something about it! Just lend me a little, please!
No way.
Don't be stingy. I'm your sister-in-law, right? We're family. Why won't you help me?
Being called family only in times like these. My wife has passed away, and you are no longer someone close to me. Well then, I wish you the best of luck.
Wait! Don't abandon me! I apologize for bringing Gretchen home. I'll even kneel if I have to. I've been disowned by all my relatives, and you're the only one I can rely on now. Please, help me!
After that, Marie never stopped contacting me and Gretchen, so we decided to block her. Furthermore, because we moved from the apartment we lived in before, Marie can no longer contact us ever again. According to rumors, Marie is being pursued for compensation payments to her ex-husband, the wife of her former affair partner, and even her current boyfriend's wife. It seems she has started working part-time during the day in addition to her night job. Working tirelessly every day, Marie, who has completely worn down, is said to now look 10 years older than her actual age. Gretchen has successfully graduated from high school and has been accepted into her dream university. She goes to school happily every day. Eventually, Gretchen will also leave home, but until then, as a father, I want to watch over and support my daughter.
Something terrible has happened. Camilla, please wake up. Oh, Audrey, good morning. I'm up, but maybe you are... Sleeping until this late? It's only been 3 months since you registered the marriage and you're already a bit too lazy. A wife usually gets up before the sun rises and does the housework. You don't seem to realize what a housewife is supposed to do. This isn't the time for a lecture. The dress I left in my room is missing. The wedding dress for tomorrow's ceremony. When I woke up this morning and went to get it, it was gone. What should I do? There's no time before tomorrow's ceremony. I wonder where it went. No, there's no way the dress went away by itself. Sorry, I'm a little flustered. Then, it could be a thief? Oh, you just realized that now. If you'd gotten up earlier, you would have noticed it sooner. I took that dress and burned it this morning. Huh? What? Oh my God, what happened? Huh? What? Is all you can say? If you didn't hear me, I'll say it one more time. I burned your dress. So tomorrow's wedding is off. What? What do you mean you burned it? The wedding is tomorrow. And I don't understand what you mean by burning my wedding dress. Why did you do that? I told you the wedding is cancelled. I wanted to ruin the wedding and your image. Huh? I was against the marriage in the first place. I didn't want my child to get married to a dimwit who didn't even get a proper education. And then you went ahead and registered the marriage without telling me, and I was just so disgusted. I don't believe this. Besides, you even decided to have the wedding ceremony on your own, didn't you? I gave my tacit consent to marry an uneducated person, and now you're getting all bent out of shape. That's why I burned the dress, just to show you how far you've gone. Undereducated people should stay away from my child. No, I don't understand. Why would that mean burning the dress? The day before the ceremony. I can't even remake it now. There's nothing I can do about it. Of course not. That was the point. You made that dress, didn't you? If it was a rental, I'd have to pay for it. But because it was your handmade dress, I don't have to. And if you lose the dress the day before, you won't have time to make a new one. Of course, the wedding will be cancelled. You, who are in charge of the dress, will be held responsible and lose face. I was thinking, if all goes well, you might even be slapped with divorce papers and thrown out. Excuse me, but you are very stupid. Has your brain degenerated because of your hate for me? Well, you're a foul-mouthed bitch. Such an uneducated, outspoken woman doesn't belong in our house. Why did my Alan marry such a woman? I don't understand, even though he's my son. You can be bad-mouthed too. Your mysterious thoughts and actions are making my head spin. Do you know how long it took me to make that dress? 1.5 years. I designed it, I sewed it myself. I put my heart and soul into it, using all the skills I have. And you burnt it in just one night for some trivial reason. My 1.5 years wasted in one night. Oh my God, I'm the one who's having a hard time understanding. What's the point? I don't know if you're a designer or a seamstress, but I don't like your working. You're a married woman, but instead of being a full-time housewife, you're just making a pittance. It's disgusting. You make it look as if Alan is worthless. My job has nothing to do with it right now. And by the way, I don't need you to tell me what to do about my work. You're so cocky. I really don't like it. It's a good thing I burned the dress. I can't let you have a wedding. I can't believe you ruined it with your selfish ideas. What are you really gonna do about tomorrow? Your daughter Faith was looking forward to it too. The dress and the wedding tomorrow. Well, I'm sure both of you were looking forward to it, but if you don't have a dress, there's nothing we can do about it. If you had kept an eye on it, it wouldn't have been burned. It's all your fault. What's with that kind of blame shifting? Ruining your own child's wedding to push around his wife. That's disgusting. Say what you want. I'll leave no stone unturned to get rid of people I don't like. To avoid being treated even worse in the future, a middle school educated idiot should step down gracefully. I don't know what the hell you mean. Oh, the poor dress. I feel sorry for Faith. A once-in-a-lifetime wedding. What should I tell Faith? I'll just have to be honest and tell her that her mother burned it. Faith is gonna be shocked. Huh? Why do you feel sorry for Faith? Huh? Huh? What? Sure, Faith was looking forward to the wedding tomorrow, but it's not like she's feeling sorry for herself, right? There's no reason for her to be shocked, right? What are you saying? It's pathetic, isn't it? Her own mother burning her dress. Huh? What are you talking about? I burned your dress, didn't I? Huh? What? Oh, it's true, I made the dress. No, that's not what I meant. It's the dress you're gonna wear at your own wedding. What? No, that was not my dress. What? What? What are you saying? That dress was Faith's dress. Huh? Why? It was a wedding dress from your house, so of course it was the one you're gonna wear tomorrow. I'm not wearing a wedding dress tomorrow. It's bad manners. Huh? What are you talking about? You are the bride. You're supposed to wear it. Tomorrow is your wedding, right? Huh? My and Alan's wedding is the month after next. What? Wasn't Faith's wedding the month after next? No, it's not. Tomorrow is Faith's wedding. Don't tell me you mistook them. Tomorrow is Faith's wedding and the dress was Faith's. Huh? You're kidding. That dress was Faith's? It wasn't yours? Huh? Didn't you do it knowingly? I thought it was because you didn't like her marriage. I thought you were thinking that you could kill two birds with one stone by getting rid of me. That can't be true! All I wanted to call off was your marriage. It can't be about Faith's marriage. What? Weren't you talking about Faith's husband when you said something about low education? Well, it's true he's a high school graduate, but he has a cooking license and works at a hotel restaurant, so he's a respectable guy. Of course, you are the one who is undereducated. Don't you realize that you are a middle school graduate? Are you so stupid that you don't even know your own educational background? What? Are you talking about me when you say a middle school graduate? I am not a middle school graduate. I have a college degree, in case you're wondering. Huh? That's a lie. How can you be a college graduate? I heard from your classmates. They said you quit high school halfway through. Then you must have graduated from middle school. Sure, I stopped going before the graduation ceremony, but I earned my credit and received my diploma. If I had stayed until graduation, I wouldn't have made it in time. Some universities overseas start in January. It's different from America, where the school year starts in September. What? Overseas? You went to a foreign university? Why is this happening? Why? Because of my dream. I graduated from a clothing design university in Australia. I came back after graduation to work as a designer, but if you want, I can show you my diploma. If that's the case, you should have said so earlier. Oh my God, you put me to shame. You must have just heard about me through someone else and misunderstood. I never said that I'm a middle school graduate. That's not the point. What are you gonna do about Faith's dress? The ceremony is tomorrow. A bride without a wedding dress is horrible. I don't know if it's even possible to rent one. I don't know. I thought it was yours, so I burned it. I didn't mean to burn Faith's dress. It's your fault for leaving it in a confusing place. It's not my fault. You're not even gonna apologize? Faith have loved me like a sister even before I joined the family. And I spent a year and a half making this dress just for her. You stole it like a sneak thief and even burned it. What's more, you say you're not blamable because you thought it was my dress. You are the worst, the most vicious, and the most stupid person I've ever met. I can't defend you at all, and I can't even feel sorry for you. Shut up! Don't mess with your mother-in-law. You're so cocky. I can't even talk to you anymore. I recorded this message from the middle of the conversation. I'll show this to Alan and Faith and her husband and your husband and let them decide how to handle the situation from now on. What? A recording? Hey, that's not fair. Don't get all high and mighty just because you graduated from a kind of foreign university. It doesn't matter what your academic background is. You know what I mean? There are some things in this world that people should not do. Think about what you did and which is more cowardly. I will never forgive you. After that, I sent the video to all concerned at once. My angry father-in-law, Alan, and Faith's husband caught up with Camilla, surrounded her, and bitched her out. Camilla was still screaming that she thought it was mine and that it was my fault. Of course, no one would believe such an argument, which added fuel to the fire. My father-in-law slapped the divorce papers in front of her, and Alan declared that she wasn't his mother anymore. Faith cried and said, "I hate my mother," and cut her out of her life as well. After Camilla collected the cost of the dress from her personal savings, she was evicted from the house with almost nothing. Even after she was kicked out, she was still fussing and moaning. Why did this happen? Where does she get the nerve to think that she wouldn't be accused of being a stupid and mean bully? I don't understand the people with empty heads. It's pointless to even think about it, so I stopped. By the way, the dress that I was going to wear was modified at super express speed, and it took until the morning of the day of the wedding, but I managed to finish it for the wedding in time. I'm so glad that it turned out to be a happy wedding. I was truly relieved when I saw Faith walk down the aisle in peace. Although I no longer had the dress to wear because I had given it to Faith, my college friends who heard about this decided to quickly make a replacement dress for me. My father-in-law will pay for the replacement dress as an apology. I was relieved to hear that. I hope my wedding day will be wonderful. Hey Carmen, your dog. The next CEO's wife's position. How does it feel to have it taken from you? Living a lonely life all by yourself? Oh, I wonder if human words won't get through to the misunderstood dog. Woo, woo, woo. What's this all of a sudden? You have no business with me anymore, right? Oh, you spoke in English! Naturally. Don't be mad about losing Dean, old lady. Can I block you? Hold on a moment. I contacted you because I have something important to say. Can you just listen for a moment? How impatient can you be? What is it? I'm sure nothing good. It's about the house you live in. Since you divorced Dean, why don't you leave already? I want to hurry up and live there right away. This is my house. What? You got dumped, so hurry up and get out. It's a lot of trouble for Dean. Well, the house is in my name. I'm wondering if the person who's been throwing eggs at my house and stuffing garbage in my mailbox lately could be you? So what if it were? It's your fault for not giving it back. That originally was my father's house. It's got nothing to do with Dean. There's no reason why I have to listen to you guys. And could you please stop harassing me? No. Your father's house and stuff, that's a bold-faced lie. There's no use in trying to lie like that. Maybe you're still into Dean or something. What? Living in Dean's house is a way to try and keep things going, right? Just give it up. I don't want to hear it from you. Stop making false assumptions. I have no regrets. Trying to be tough, huh? Dean said he'll buy me as many houses as I want, but I want that one. I don't think Dean's the kind of guy that'll buy you a house. Bold-faced lies again. He's an up-and-coming corporate president. Of course he'd buy me a house. Oh, so that's what it is. I see now. What? Oh, nothing really. What do you like about Dean, Maria? Money? Well, to be honest, money? I've always admired executives' wives. With that mindset, you should probably give up on getting married. Oh no, are you jealous? Saying nasty things again? Maybe. If you haven't registered the marriage yet, you should just leave Dean alone. You're trying to break us up, saying stuff like that. Too bad. We've already registered the marriage. Oh, I see. That's too bad. Yes, it is, isn't it? No matter how, too bad it is for you. Dean is mine now. You pathetic, lonely old lady. I'm not lonely. It's a bit pathetic, isn't it? Pretending you have someone when you really don't. Maybe your personality is a little warped. That's why nobody likes you, isn't it? That's funny coming from someone who messes with someone else's husband. I didn't mess with Dean. He just went and fell in love with me on his own. He says he likes someone cute like me, not an old hag like you. Oh well, it can't be helped. The truth is, I am very cute. Oh, really? Your pride was just ripped apart, wasn't it? The poor girl. I wanted to see the old lady's sad face. I'm not sad. There was a problem between us before you took him, so it's okay. Huh? What's that? A problem or a one-sided negative remark? About a year ago, he got a bad gambling habit and it became a problem. You'll find out soon enough. Huh? He's the up-and-coming corporate president. Just for gambling? Maybe you're thinking gambling equals a sin. How old-fashioned are you? Oh, really? That's fine if you don't believe me. Well, I'm through talking about it. Just hurry up and get your stuff together and get out of there! I'm Carmen, a 29-year-old office worker. When I was 27, I married my ex-husband Dean. He was effortlessly stolen away by a younger woman. We were very close when we first got married, so I was at a loss for how this could happen. And it was Maria, the person on the other end of the messages, who took my husband. She was a junior employee at the company where Dean currently works, and when she got wind that Dean was the next president of the company, she approached him for his money, and with her youthful vigor and good looks, she seemed to have won him over. What happened seems to be quite confrontational, but I had a secret that could overturn it. You've been getting ready to leave? Both Dean and I waiting for you to get out. If you don't leave today, I'm coming in there. I'll throw away all your old lady stuff. Didn't Dean tell you? Huh? Changing the subject isn't gonna do you any good. We are living separately because of you. Before we start talking about the house, let's start talking about paying me some compensation. It's overdue. What? We already paid the compensation, and we paid it on time. How many times are you gonna ask for it? No, I haven't received it from Dean yet. What? He said he paid my portion too. Don't try to scam me. That's just Dean trying to look good. I haven't received it yet. I've been trying to get Dean to pay, but he keeps ignoring me. What's that? What do you mean? It means he doesn't have the money to pay. No. Dean is the next president. There's no way he doesn't have the money. It's impossible for him to become the next president. Don't make stuff up. Even now, Dean is working and is very enthusiastic about becoming the president of the parent company. Oh, so that's what he's saying? Can you please stop making deep remarks all the time? You're annoying me. What's with you lately? If you have something to say, just come out with it. Can I be frank with you? What should I do? What is it? By the way, I heard you quit your job. That's right. I'm at home during the day relaxing. Dean comes to see me every night and we have our own lovey-dovey world. Do you envy me? Are you really glad you quit your job? Of course I am. I want to be a housewife. It's not a good public image to have the boss's wife working. You wouldn't want people to think that you don't make enough money to support your wife, would you? I don't know. What? I thought it'd be more fun to keep it a secret, but at this rate I don't think you'll pay me compensation anytime soon, so I'll tell you. What? Dean has 0% chance of becoming the company president. Huh? What are you talking about? It seems he doesn't want to leave you, so he's lying that he can be the president. You're crazy! Dean is the son of the president of the parent company, so of course he will succeed him. If he's lying, then who's gonna take over? Of course, the president's eldest child will take over. See? I am the daughter of the current president. Huh? It's true, Dean was supposed to be the president. But that's because he was gonna marry me and take over my father's position. He betrayed me, and there is no way for him to be the president anymore. No way! That's totally different from what Dean told me. I told you he was lying. So, Dean has been fired from the company. But that's a matter of course, isn't it? After the way he treated me, my father wouldn't stay quiet. That's impossible! He comes to see me every day and night in a suit and tie. They were gonna fire you too, but it looks like you left the company before they could. I don't believe a word you say! Then why don't you follow Dean tomorrow? Maybe he's going to an unemployment agency. It must be so miserable to waste time pretending to work every day. I believe Dean! You're trying to set me up anyway, aren't you? I'll let you decide, but could you please hurry up and pay me the compensation? Bye! Oh my God! He really is a bum! Oh, you found out already? That was a lot quicker than I thought. Didn't you say you believed Dean? I was still a little curious, so I followed him. But instead of going to an unemployment agency, he was out in his suit bar hopping. I wonder if he has money to go out drinking. I was totally fooled. You were right about everything. Well, yes. I've been saying that from the very beginning. It's a scam! A scam! You're gonna pay me compensation! Huh? Me? Yes! The crime of defrauding! Some of you stuck shifting the blame! If you had told me earlier, none of this would have happened! This is something like that! Yes, the crime of defrauding! That's a chargeable crime, isn't it? Stop shifting the blame. It was wrong in the first place for you two to be fooling around. Don't you have any sense of humanity? I'm speechless. Then, let's do this. I won't charge you a compensation either. So, withdraw the compensation you charged me too. No, I can't. You'll have to pay me. It's overdue. Pay it as soon as possible. I don't have that kind of money. If you know I quit my job, then be a little nicer to me. Why don't you try to get a new job? Even if I look for a new job now, I won't be able to pay $10,000. Don't you have any savings? I've been spending a lot of money lately. Oh, really? Well, good luck. Are you abandoning me? I don't owe you any help in the first place, and you are the one who was rude to me first. I apologize for that. It was just a passing fancy. Don't forget that you destroyed a family on a whim. Whether you meant it or not, the result is the same. You'll have to take full responsibility. I won't forget! I won't forget! So no compensation! You don't want to? Why don't you have Dean pay it? There's no way a lying piece of shit like him will pay! Right, that's true. Are you kidding me? I was just... That's enough! You're right. I'm wasting my time talking to you, so I'll leave you alone now. What? Wait a minute! I wish you and Dean a happy newlywed life. I'm gonna throw that trash away! After that, I sent another certificate letter of compensation to Maria and Dean. Still, I did not hear back from them, and the payment is still unpaid. I'm thinking of trying to force them to pay, but I don't think they have enough money to do so. Apparently, they got divorced very quickly after that and are no longer in contact with each other. Dean has no more savings and is homeless on the street. Rather than looking for a job, Maria has been working hard to find a man who will give her money. As for me, I have been dating a man my father introduced to me, and we are about to get married. My father seems to be a better judge of men than I am, and he's a very nice man. Have you ever seen someone make an embarrassing mistake like Maria did? If so, please let me know in the comment section.
What are you doing here? Don't tell me you're still in love with me. We got divorced 5 years ago. What? I never thought you'd track me down here. Listen, I have no intention of getting back together with you. I'm already remarried and living a new life. Wait a minute. You text me. What the hell are you talking about? I'm not chasing you. Don't play dumb. Come on, Mary. You must have heard I'm working at this fancy hotel. That's why you came all the way here to beg me to get back together with you. Oh my God. Do you really work at the hotel? Don't act so innocent. I'm pretty sure you know everything anyway. You know the woman I had an affair with is the daughter of the hotel owner, and she and I moved to this town after we got divorced. No, I had no idea. I didn't know any of that. It's just a coincidence that I'm here. You're terrible. Fine. I'm just gonna leave it as that. I don't want to break your heart again, but I'm happily married now. And I'll be taking over the family business one of these days. Our relationship is completely over. Were you listening to me? I'm not thinking about getting back together with you at all. Sure, whatever. Get some class. This place is too good for you anyway. I can't believe you drove here in that wreck you call a car. The quality of this place drops when no class people like you show up. Huh? You don't belong here. Get out. Mary, when are you going to join us? Our charter bus brought us a little earlier than scheduled. We're relaxing at the street-level lounge right now. Sorry, Mom. I didn't take the highway. I just arrived. Good. I'll see you inside. We've been using the hotel for an annual corporate retreat for years now. I'll introduce you to the owner later. Mom, can I ask you a question? How long have you been hosting your event here? Let me think. Probably a decade? I don't usually join in on the corporate activities. I want the employees to feel relaxed without the boss around. It's been 5 years since I actually stayed here, though. I see. Is there a problem? Don't you like the hotel? Oh, well, it's fine. I was just wondering. Mary, be honest. Actually, I have been thinking about whether I should change venues one of these days. Is that right? I feel like the quality is much lower than it was 10 years ago. The decor isn't holding up in many places. It's starting to really fall apart. I don't want to sound like I find a fault in everything, but they've changed their tea and dessert selections. They don't seem as nice. The atmosphere just isn't very prestigious anymore. I see. This is my first time, so I don't have anything to compare to. Oh, that's right. Sorry, I'm talking too much about business stuff. They have great golf courses, but more than that, the food is amazing. Let's have fun. I see you're still here, huh? What do you want? What? What kind of attitude is that? I've paid for my stay. I'm a guest here. I was surprised when I heard you checked in. I thought you just came to see me. I never thought you'd actually stay. I can't believe you can afford it. You're misunderstanding me. I'm here to stay. It has nothing to do with our previous relationship. I didn't even know you work here. Yeah, right. I don't want to be rude, but I don't have time to deal with this or with you. Huh? As I said earlier, this is a very prestigious hotel. Only the wealthy can stay here, not you. Besides, we're very busy today with some of our favorite guests. In other words, I don't have time for you. So please, leave the premises. You're so rude. I've never heard of a hotel employee treating a guest like this. We don't appreciate charity cases here. Do you think you get my best service just by staying here? I'm a guest. You should provide your best service. I paid the full room rate, you know. And yet, you've been an arrogant jerk to me. Do you think that kind of customer service is acceptable? I know the customer is God, right? Give me a break. Let me guess. You want the royal treatment. Pardon me? That mode of thinking is out of date. We are not a charity organization. We provide impeccable service to those willing to spend more money with us. We are very selective. We don't give just anyone the royal treatment. I can't believe you were in a line to take over the business. I can only imagine what your future holds. Who's the arrogant one now? Believe me, you won't be staying here again. What do you mean? I'm kicking you out immediately, and I'm putting you on a blacklist. You're pretty persistent for an ex, but you won't be allowed to stay here ever again. I hope you don't treat all of your guests this badly. Sure, you will be taking over the business, but you'll run it into the ground at this state. You don't know the first thing about how to treat a guest, and I'll let your colleagues know all about it. You think that bothers me? My in-law is ready to retire. My wife and I manage this business now. Really? That's why it'll be so easy to kick you out. Simple. We don't have reservations for the poor. Just go away. You don't deserve the kind of service we provide. Okay, let's get down to business. Tell your wife our contract is over. What? I guess you haven't heard what's going on. Tell your colleagues we are losing some of our long-standing contracts this year. I'm leaving, as you demand, but I won't be booking any more group reservations at your hotel. What are you talking about? Group bookings? Who the hell are you talking about? I'm talking about the group you have today. What? I'm leaving, but please be very nice to them. We've paid your exorbitant room rates for your favorite group of return guests. I should expect a certain level of customer service, right? What? Wait a minute. Our favorite group of customers? Do you work for Nature's Designs Limited? Yes, I'm the vice president. No way. My mom runs the company. I quit my previous job to take over her, and I've been working there ever since. Oh my god. Your mom is the president? Oh, have you already forgotten that your ex-wife's family owns a company too? I used to talk about my parents' business all the time. Now that I think about it, you said she runs a design firm. I should have known! Your brain is no bigger than a chicken's. In one ear and out the other. How dare you! Don't insult me! Oh, I'm not trying to insult you. I'm just sympathizing. You forgot all about my mother's business. And by insulting me, you insulted the whole group. This is such a piss-off. You told me to go home, right? I don't want to make a big fuss, so I'm leaving. But don't forget I'm the vice president of the group. I won't be booking at your hotel again. Wait a minute, Mary. Listen to me. My bad. It's just a misunderstanding. I'm sure our company has done a lot of business with your hotel, but after the treatment I've received, well, it's no longer a comfortable situation for us. It will be better for both of us if we found a different hotel. Hold on a second. I'm sorry for being so cocky. I'm sorry. I don't know what you're apologizing for. I'm apologizing to you. You're an important customer. I am very sorry for being rude. You're a valued guest. Please enjoy your stay. Oh, you don't mind me staying here now? Of course not. And we hope to see you here again in the future. Well, maybe I should reconsider. Huh? Are you nuts? I don't even want to see your face. I've decided to stay at another hotel tonight. I will not be coming back. Oh no, you won't be staying with us? Hell no! You cheated on me and now you run this hotel business with your new wife. How can I stay at a place like that? I'm officially taking over my mother's business next year. The first thing I'm going to do is change the destination for a corporate retreat. Please don't. I've gotta go. Make sure you treat my colleagues well. At least give my colleagues a big smile. Don't even try to hide from my mom. What? I heard that the general manager shows up when your favorite groups arrive at this hotel. My mom told me that. I guess it's part of your job, right? Actually, my mother has been wanting to see you for a long time. She wants to say something to the idiot who betrayed her precious daughter and then run away without paying a cent of alimony. She said you've been ignoring her calls. Did you know she was trying to get hold of you? Oh, yeah. My phone shows a lot of missed calls and I have loads of angry messages from your mother. I can't wait to hear about her reaction. It'll be hilarious when she runs into the person she hates the most in the world. Too bad I won't see her reaction, but I can ask my colleagues to film it for me. Oh shit, I bet she's got some nasty things to say to me. Nobody even knows I'm divorced. What? Your colleagues don't know you and your current wife destroyed our marriage? Of course not. What kind of idiot would go out of his way to tell them about a failed marriage? Anyway, I can't wait to see how the party goes tonight. It's too bad I won't get to see it live, but I'm looking forward to the video. Mary, where are you now? I just saw your stupid ex-husband. I have him here, so you'd better come to the banquet hall now. I'm going to make him pay you all of that back alimony, otherwise I feel terrible. Mom, calm down. I know he worked there. What? Mary? When did you find out? Right after I arrived at the hotel. I had no idea he'd be working at the hotel. It's unbelievable. I can't believe it's the hotel owner's daughter that had an affair with Ryan. He's such a jerk. It's so shocking. Sigh, my head hurts. Mom, are you okay? I booked another hotel for tonight. Do you want to come by? They said there's one more room available. What? You're not going to stay at this hotel? I can't relax there. On top of that, he told me to get out of there. That's why I had to book another hotel. Wait a minute. What do you mean he told you to leave? He thought I was looking to get back together with him. Before that, he said, we don't have rooms for poor people. Huh? First he cheats on you and then he has the gall to call you poor? And there's no way you would ever get back together with him. How much stupider can the man get? Unbelievable, right? I can't let this happen. I'm going to tell his colleagues the whole story. We'll have to talk with Ryan and his wife. We're going to take him down a notch. Sounds like a plan. I'll have dinner at my hotel and then head out there. Sounds good to me. It's so important to eat before battle. Enjoy your dinner. See you later. I'll keep an eye on the jerk and his new little bitch. Mary, please. I'll do anything for you. Let me apologize to you for the past and the way I treated you the other day. Will you please continue to stay at a hotel in the future? Absolutely not. I made it clear the other day that I would never use your services again. Come on, Mary. I don't want to have to tell my colleagues I've lost one of our favorite groups. I'll lose my job. There are many hotels around here, and rumors like this will spread quickly. Then I'll be branded as a failure. You don't need to worry about it. You've got full branded on your forehead. This is not time for jokes. I'm begging you, Mary. Can you please reconsider at least a little? Stop being so persistent. It's your fault for providing services that make customers not want to stay there. And stop calling me over and over again. What's wrong with you, you stingy bitch? I'm asking you politely and you're acting like a big shot. You can't use my business for your personal revenge. And think about your employees. They'll be devastated if you cancel their annual trip. Don't you worry. I'll take them to a nicer hotel next year. We don't need your lousy service. We're nothing more than a money tree to you. As long as you're working there, you won't have us as guests. Money tree? What do you mean? This is our business. You can't talk to me like that. You're just a cheap. You don't know anything about business. I've gone over all the expenses from our previous corporate trips. I've noticed that the fees you charge go up every year in a rather strange way. What? My mother told me that dinner courses are set by market prices. But it's odd that the prices don't fluctuate. They only go up. What are you trying to say? We provide a very high level of quality. A slight price increase is acceptable, isn't it? That's the strange part. My mother and the colleagues who have been working with us many years said the quality of the food has been getting worse and worse. Really? You used to have the finest meals and the wonderful glass of wine, but now it seems like something I can get just about anywhere. They say that the quality has obviously gone down, although it's still presented nicely. Well, that's just the way the economy goes. Prices are going up and we're struggling about many things. I understand that, but it doesn't make sense that the customers have to pay $500 more. It shows that you are incompetent. What? We'll give you lots of money each year, but it's like you're providing the same level of hospitality as a crappy old 3-star hotel. It doesn't feel like a prestigious hotel these days. Let's see. I feel you judge your customers based on their appearance alone and provide poorer service to those who don't meet your standard. The arrogance. It's so obvious. What are you talking about? You think we look at guests and then decide the room rates? If it's not true, can you prove it? Can you give us a detailed breakdown of fees you've charged us? What? Can you give me a breakdown of your labor and supply costs? We will review it. We have to evaluate if the costs of accommodation are reasonable and worth paying for in the future. Hold on a second. By the way, the hotel I stayed at last night was amazing. The service was great. The most importantly, the food was delicious. It was expensive to stay there, but I'm glad I did. Isn't that how the hotel is supposed to make you feel? We know that. That's why I'm asking you to give us another chance. Oh, do you really understand the situation here? Customers pay good money to stay at hotels, and we expect to receive the best hospitality. And hotels have to meet expectations, but you don't come close to hitting that bar. I'm telling you, we'll give you the best service next time. So please do me a favor. Could you please keep giving us your business in the future? Even if it's just an ordinary day for your employees, it's an important day for your clientele. Who wants to stay at a hotel that doesn't understand that? And what's worse is that you judge guests from their appearance. As I said earlier, next time. There will be no next time. You have to give it your best every time. That's the level that a prestigious hotel has to meet. You don't even do that. Don't talk about business. You're incompetent. Oh my God. I don't want to hear from you ever again. If you ever do contact me, I'll go to the internet and tell everyone what you did to me. After a while, my ex-husband started sending monthly alimony payments to my account. When I talked with him about it, he even had the gall to say he didn't need to keep paying me, that the judgment had expired. But my mother and his boss got mad at him and asked if the story got out, was he willing to take responsibility? I guess it hit him badly. Not long after that, they started losing a lot of customers in a short time, and they started facing financial difficulties. In online reviews, some customers pointed out how the quality of the food and their service has dropped. One person wrote, "The younger manager is very snooty and judgmental." There was even a video that got posted online of the manager, my ex-husband, kicking a family out of the hotel to accommodate a VIP who showed up without a reservation. It was an outrage. Even my mother saw it and muttered, "Go to hell." It cracked me up.
Mia, you looked absolutely beautiful in your wedding dress. My wife was sorry she couldn't make it to the ceremony because she's about to give birth.
Hello, my new brother-in-law. Thank you for coming to our ceremony the other day.
By the way, Mia, did you see the wedding gift we gave you? I hope you liked it.
Yeah, I saw it. It's just,
What? I guess it's not to your taste?
I mean, I don't mean to sound rude, but I thought it was a little simple for a wedding gift.
I know, right? After all, it was candy and I bought for $1. I'm sure it was pretty disappointing, wasn't it?
If so, why did you choose that gift?
Mira only gave me $1.
My sister.
See, my wife manages the family budget. She decides how much to give for weddings and funerals. I told her to give more for her sister's wedding, but she said $1 was enough. She's such a cheapskate.
I can't believe it. My sister isn't like that.
But it's true. I bet it's because she's going to have a baby soon and it's going to cost a lot of money. She's probably just saving money. Mira is responsible and reliable.
It's still weird. I don't think my sister would be so stingy at her own family member's wedding, no matter how much she wants to save money. My sister has taken good care of me since I was a child. Even now, on my birthday and Christmas, she always gives me presents. I'm gonna ask her in person.
What? Don't do that.
Why not? $1 for a wedding gift is just impossible. It could be some kind of mistake.
No, don't call Mira. No matter how close you are, you shouldn't tell her the gift is too cheap.
It's okay. My sister and I are close enough to talk about money without hiding it. I'll ask her myself.
I'm telling you, don't do it.
What's wrong? You don't have to get so worked up.
I really don't want to say this to you, Mia. We're actually out of money right now.
Out of money?
That's right. We're just barely getting by as it is. We can't afford to spend money on a wedding gift.
I didn't realize that, but I haven't heard anything from my sister about that.
There's no way she can tell her sister about our family's financial situation. Mira must have pride as an older sister. She didn't want to worry you.
I see, but that's odd too.
Huh?
Both of you work for big companies, don't you? I'm sure you both get paid more than others. And you don't have kids yet, so you probably don't need much money to live on. How in the world can you run out of money?
I got demoted and they cut my salary.
What? You got demoted? My sister didn't say anything.
She would never do anything to embarrass me. There's no way Mira would say anything. It seems like you lack tactfulness. Anyway, we're in a tight spot right now. Just be glad you got our wedding gift at all.
I still have to call my sister.
What?
Because I'm worried about her. When I saw her the other day, she was wearing fashionable clothes and didn't look like she was hurting for money at all. If she's really living on the edge, as her sister, I want to help her. But before I do that, I want to see her in person and make sure she's really in trouble.
Are you an idiot?
What?
Mira gave me $1 out of her meager living, and you're going to ask her to give you more?
What? I wouldn't do that. I just want to make sure of the facts.
I'm just saying, you know, you don't need to be sure. Think about how Mira feels trying not to make you worry. Or is it possible that you don't like Mira and you're trying to give her a hard time?
That's not true at all.
Besides, she's pregnant and in a delicate period. Don't provoke her by saying unnecessary things. If something happens to Mira or the baby, how will you take responsibility?
Don't be so dramatic.
When my salary goes up again and life settles down, I'll give you something again. So please, be content with a $1 gift this time. And don't say anything to Mira.
Well, I'm going to be busy with my honeymoon. I won't even contact her until I get back from my trip.
Good. That's what I'd expect from a sister who loves her sister.
No. I didn't say I wouldn't contact her ever.
Well then, promise not to mention the wedding gift again. Have fun on your honeymoon.
Thus, my brother-in-law ended the conversation unilaterally. I was not convinced at all. My sister, who is 5 years older than me, has been taking care of me since I was a little girl. She was more than happy when I decided to get married. I couldn't believe that my sister would only pay $1 for a wedding gift. I can't believe it. My brother-in-law says that he is having a hard time making ends meet because of his demotion at work, but the way my sister lives, she doesn't seem to be in need of money. When I try to check with her directly, my brother-in-law desperately tries to stop me. If what he says is true, it may be rude to get involved in other people's money matters, even if we are sisters. But my brother-in-law's story just doesn't come together. I was just about to go on my honeymoon with my husband. I decided not to pursue the wedding gift. But I couldn't stop thinking about it. Then I found out something horrible. I had no idea that my brother-in-law had done something like that. I was so surprised that I was speechless.
Mia, you came back from your honeymoon yesterday, right? How was it? Did you have fun?
Yes, it was a lot of fun.
That's good to hear. And you didn't call Mira, did you?
I did as soon as I got back.
What? You promised you wouldn't contact Mira.
I made no such promise. I did say that I wouldn't contact her until we got back from our honeymoon. We're sisters. We can't just not keep in touch with each other from now on. Besides, if I came back from my trip and didn't contact her at all, she would be more worried.
So you didn't? You didn't ask her about the wedding gift, did you?
I did. My sister says she gave you $1,000.
Huh?
What the hell is going on? You said that my sister only gave you $1. That's a totally different amount.
Mira is lying.
What? Lying?
Mira was embarrassed, so she said $1,000 on the spur of the moment. Oh, what a mess. I went to a lot of trouble to make sure Mira wouldn't get hurt. I explicitly told you not to contact her. I bet Mira is depressed right now because of you, Mia.
I doubt that. I think you know, but Sis isn't the type of person that likes to lie. I don't think she would say $1 for $1,000, do you?
She's so worried about us being poor. She would have to tell a lie in spite of hating it. By the way, Mia, I heard you're going to build a new home?
Yes, that's the plan.
That means you have a lot of money, right?
No, I don't have a lot of money. We're going to buy it with a loan.
So, I have a favor to ask you, Mia.
What is it?
I need to borrow some money.
What?
Actually, I've been laid off from my job. Mira's on maternity leave and I'm out of work. I don't think I'll be able to make ends meet.
What? A demotion followed by a layoff? You're still in your 30s, right?
The company's performance has been deteriorating due to the recent recession. Even the younger workers are being forced to quit one after another. But Mira will have a baby soon. If things continue like this, the three of us, parents and child, will end up on the street. So I just need a little bit of money. Lend me some money.
As you can imagine, that's impossible.
Why not? You're newlyweds that can build your own home. You at least have enough money to lend to your sister and her husband.
If we build a new house, we'll have to furnish it with furniture, appliances, and all sorts of other things. We can't afford to lend people money.
What a cold sister.
Huh?
Are you going to tell me that you are going to live happily in your new house while your sister and her husband are in trouble? Living in a new house without any inconvenience. You are going to mock us as a pathetic bottom-feeding couple while you are living in a newly built house without any inconvenience.
I don't know how you get that idea. Is it so wrong that I don't lend you money? Even you must have had a difficult time as a newlywed with all the money you had to spend. I'm sorry to hear that you were laid off, but please don't be unreasonable.
So, then you've just abandoned Mira. Until now, I thought you were the kind sister who cared for her sister, but it turns out you are a self-centered woman who only cares about herself.
I think it's you who is self-centered. We both have to save money for the future. We can't just Be asked to lend money. No questions asked.
Then what do you care what happens to Mira? Are you going to stand by and watch your own sister fall into homelessness?
If she asked me directly, I would consider it.
Directly again? Are you saying you don't trust me?
That's not what I mean. But it was the same with the wedding gift. What you and my sister are saying are completely different. I would have to confirm it directly with her. I can't just lend you the little money I have.
I've been telling you this for a while. She has her pride too. She can't ask her sister for a loan, can she? That's why I'm asking on her behalf.
But since it's about money, I have to check with her first. If she's really in trouble, she'll be honest with me.
Mia, stop making a big deal out of it and just lend me the money, even if it's only $10,000.
You need that much?
I've had a lot of expenses, like preparing for the birth of the baby. I'll pay back every penny, but I need to take care of my family. If you don't lend me the money and something happens to Mira and the baby, what would you do? You will regret it for the rest of your life.
Again with the threatening. Of course, I wouldn't want anything to happen to my sister. It's not up to me alone to decide whether or not to lend you money. I'll have to discuss it with my husband.
So you're going to lend me money, Mia?
No, I haven't agreed to it yet.
I knew I needed to have a sister-in-law who's like a sister to me.
I didn't say I'd lend you the money yet.
No, you're kind-hearted. I'm sure you'll have the $10,000 ready for me within 10 days. You have to give it to me.
That's enough. I never promised to lend you any money, and $10,000 is too much to begin with.
If you refuse, I'll have no other choice.
What?
I'll send you to hell, Mia.
How?
The fact that you're having an affair with another man right after you got married. I'll spread the news on social media.
What? Not having an affair?
I don't care if it's true or not. The rumors I spread will get to your workplace. You have to quit your job because everybody will be looking at you sideways. Eventually, your relationship will go downhill. And finally, you'll get a divorce and lose everything. That's how it will all work out. Good luck with that.
That's terrible. Are you trying to ruin my life?
Lend me the money before that happens.
You're an asshole.
I'm fine with being an asshole. I don't care what you call me as long as it's for my family. Well then, give me $10,000 in 10 days. Please. And the fact that I'm borrowing the money from you. Don't ever tell Mira. Mia, it's been 10 days, just like we promised. Have you got the money ready?
Can you come to my house right now?
Oh god, you're really gonna lend the money to me, aren't you? That's great, Mia. I'm off work today, so I'll come get it right now. And lucky for you, Mira is still at the hospital right after giving birth. I don't have to worry about Mira finding out.
I'll be waiting for you then.
Thank you so much.
By the way, what were you doing in Los Angeles?
What? What are you talking about? I didn't go to Los Angeles.
I saw you in Los Angeles. That's where our honeymoon was.
You don't think you've mistaken me for someone else?
My husband, who was with me, said it was definitely you. It's not a mistake. By the way, it looks like you were walking with a woman.
Oh yeah, that's right. I was on a business trip.
Business trip?
Yes, I was suddenly ordered to go there on business. She was just one of my coworkers.
That's weird.
What?
Weren't you just laid off recently? But you were ordered to go on a business trip?
Please,
stop lying to me. The woman you were with was your lover, wasn't she?
No, I wasn't cheating. The only person I love is Mira.
You deceived my sister, the woman you're supposed to love. You took the $1,000 wedding gift money that was supposed to be given to me and spent it on your lover. Am I wrong?
Why do you know that?
I've done a lot of research over the past 10 days. When I saw you in Los Angeles, I actually took a picture of you. I showed the pictures I took to my sister. Then my sister says she remembered seeing her. She was your ex-girlfriend from college. You guys all went to college together. She knew your ex-girlfriend's face.
Seriously? You told Mira?
Well, it's obvious from the picture, right? You said you were laid off from your company, but that was also a lie. It's true that you were laid off from the company, but it wasn't because of poor company performance. It was because you were dishonest. My sister was disappointed.
How could you know so much?
Sis hired a detective. You tried to keep the wedding gift money. You tried to go on a trip with your ex-girlfriend. You were doing all kinds of crazy things. so she asked a professional to investigate. She found out a lot of things. You've been in contact with your ex-girlfriend ever since she got pregnant, contacting her and seeing her all the time. And to get her attention, you gave her expensive gifts. But eventually, you ran out of money and got into trouble. You pocketed $1,000 for a wedding gift that my sister had prepared for me. You lied and said she only gave you $1. You were skimming off company expenses. They found out and fired you. You asked me to lend you $10,000 because you wanted money to compensate the company for the damage, didn't you? Everything you did was so scummy that I was disgusted.
And yet, Mira didn't say anything to me? Is she saying that you knew everything and dared to keep quiet?
My sister was about to give birth. She didn't want to go ballistic confronting you with the truth. She wanted to make sure the child would be born safely. I think she was just pretending she didn't know anything.
Oh no, how about the part of you lending me some money?
There's no way I'd lend money to a bum like you. You'll have to manage on your own. Also, my sister won't go home to you.
What? Don't tell me Mira is going to break up with me.
On the contrary, did you think she wouldn't break up with you?
Please, Mia, will you convince Mira? I don't want Mira to dump me, and I haven't found a new job yet. I can't divorce her now.
Then why don't you have your lover provide for you?
She's not working enough to support me. That's why I've been paying for everything.
Just as I thought. All you can do is get a job and somehow pay off all the debt.
Mia, I apologize for lying to you. I'll work and pay you back the $1,000 wedding gift. Can you lend me some money, just a little?
I'm not the one you should be apologizing to. It's my sister, and I have no intention of lending you any money. I don't ever want to see you again.
Don't be so cold. We're family.
Family? You and my sister are getting divorced soon, so we're unrelated.
If you keep this up, I'll be on the street. You want your brother-in-law to be miserable?
That's why I said we're not related. Your alimony and child support for the affair, plus damages to the company. Please pay them on time without relying on others.
I can't pay that much on my own. I can't divorce Mira. But what should I do? I've been messaging Mira for a while. She hasn't read my messages at all. Mia, you can contact Mira, can't you? Contact Mira on my behalf. Tell her to stop thinking about the divorce.
Huh? I don't want to. You told me not to contact my sister. Then I'll put an end to contacting my brother-in-law too. Goodbye.
Mia, wait! Please, help me!
Later, my sister and brother-in-law divorced. Of course, my sister got custody of the kids. My brother-in-law was asked for compensation and child support. There was no way my brother-in-law, who was unemployed, could pay it all in one lump sum. He had to borrow money and pay in installments. After the divorce, my brother-in-law moved in with a woman he was having an affair with. But not having a job and being deeply in debt, the woman dumped him without giving it another thought. He went back to his parents' house in tears to live with them. However, there was no way his parents would forgive their son for betraying his wife who was about to give birth. They threw him out, and he rented a shabby apartment. He is now living a life of poverty and loneliness on his own, scraping by with day-to-day jobs. My sister, on the other hand, has returned to our parents' home and is doing her best to raise her son with their support. I hope she will find a faithful and wonderful partner.
Thank you for watching. Please rate the video and subscribe to our channel. See you in the next video.